Do we have a cost estimate on this?
Bud knows close, but I think the original cost, we were talking about $1,500 to $2,000 per pad. Was that
That's, when you've got so many components, you know, an RV pad, if you're looking at just developing an RV park, you've got to ask your question, you know, what are you providing? Water, sewer, power, etc. There's just so many variables in what you do, but the cost of developing an RV pad today across Texas, where I'm primarily working, it runs anywhere between $6,000 and $15,000 per site to develop, and it's that is contract labor. It's not using city forces. You know, there's a lot of factors involved in that. Most places I deal with, we have to worry about wastewater treatment, where you don't have to worry about that here. You have to worry about bringing in municipal water systems. You don't have to worry about that here. So there's a lot of things here, plus the labor cost that'll drive your per unit cost down. But the project is I designed it just in terms of number of square feet of chip seal paper at about 50 a foot. And you can see it's going to be over, I would say, over $1 million. Just because you've got that many square feet. You got to remember that these rigs aren't light. They've got to have a good road base to travel on. If they don't have, you'll be spending all of your money repairing potholes and those kind of things. Your operational cost will far exceed your development cost if you don't get your roads in there. And you know that. I mean, that's the business you're in.
That concrete pad?
A concrete pad, as you'll see on your site plan, I've recommended a 12 by 40 foot level concrete pad for the units to sit on. And they don't have to be super thick, they just need to be level. Because remember, they're going to pull up there, they're not used to lift the units, they're just used to level the units.
And so you're saying $1 million for this 6 acres that we have on the east side? About $1 million just for that part.
Just for the getting the power and the water and the sewer and the pavement and the seeding and the landscaping and that sort of thing, all tied together.
I just wanted to make sure I knew.
but that doesn't take into consideration the city doing
Right.
some, you know, and that sort of thing.
You're talking about for the whole project.
And again, when I give an estimate, I have to do it based on what it's contracted for out in places I work. And so it's where you have the ability to do a lot of this stuff yourself, that goes dramatically down. Where you've got city-county relationships where you share equipment and that sort of thing. I mean, those prices just quickly begin to deteriorate.
John.
I have one more question. Does that building a new RV park that close to the river, do we have any guidelines or restrictions, or do we know what the codes are? Do we have to contact to see if it's okay for the city to build an RV park up there?
I don't think, Farrell or Ron, I don't think we have anything on code for the city right now.
Well, I mean, from the state, from the river authority.
I don't think,
I don't think so.
Bud would know, there's probably not any restrictions, are there?
No, the only restrictions that you're going to have is, as you know, in the last 2 years, you can't increase the amount of runoff on a given piece of property. So you have to detain water.
I was going back to the Arsburn property down here. There's the question that came up, I know, at that time. And they're on the sea level.
And then the floodplain also.
Yeah, and see that property, did you hear Darryl, he said they were the floodplain also,
Okay.
but that property that we were talking about is not the floodplain.
There's no floodplain on the river on that end?
It stops at school.
Well,
That
I
lower
don't think
part
that-
is in the floodplain.
And isn't there restriction on floodplains permanent structures too? I mean,
Anytime that you develop in a floodplain, or a floodway now, you aren't allowed to, have wastewater facilities, in the floodplain itself, in the floodway itself. So that if you have a facility that has wastewater demands, you've got to get it off of that particular property, either by pumping or gravity or whatever mechanism.
Any other questions? We
Well, I want to
appreciate
thank y'all
your-
so much for the opportunity. It's just been wonderful to be part of it, and Billy knows my phone number, and anytime that you need me, I'm that close.
We appreciate it.
God bless y'all.
Thank you, you too. Okay, at this time, we're going to need a motion to table this until we find out further information.
Yeah, I'd like to probably see us too, is think about in the near future, to set up maybe a Saturday to where we can take citizens' comments and we get further information about how the plan is going to take place. I mean, there are several stages I'm sure that's going to take place here. Finding out again on the historic and what have you, we need to do that. This is a place to start so we can massage this to what we want to do. Once we have that plan, we need to break it up into what comes first, what comes second, what comes third. Because obviously, dollar-wise, we're not going to be able to do this all at one time. But if we don't have a plan to go by, then we're going in circles. So, I'll make a motion to table this time until we have further information and set a meeting where the citizens can comment on that information.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to table this until we have further information, and then we'll set a Saturday, at that time, for comments. All in favor?